Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Rusty Beauty Restorations. We are restoring the 66 Triumph GT6 in the Rusty Beauty's garage, and it's 2 or 3 days later, and just like that, from 30 degrees Celsius, it is 11 today outside. It's cold. So I don't know what's going on with this weather, but anyways, let's see here what we have to do, or what we've done in the last episode. So we fitted this panel here nicely. It makes this nice curve now. We still need to weld a little bit inside where we made a cut. So we're gonna take it out and weld it. But we repaired also this little section here. It was very pitted and there were multiple holes. So now it's nice and smooth. We still need to weld the flange inside because we replaced this part. But the flange where it meets the old piece, it's not welded yet, so it needs to be welded. And we fitted the fender. We tested it on the car, gaps worked well. So there was a little issue here where this was not lining up, this flange with this flange. I think the new fenders are a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger in this portion here, but because both sides fit the same way. But we made this a little bit bigger, so now they line up perfectly here. This line, this body line is still good, and here it is still good. So now I think we should take out the fender and this panel and make some little repairs inside here that we still need to make, and we will see what we're gonna do after that. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. So these are the two positions that need to be repaired. So this one here, you see there's pitting, so I marked where I'm gonna cut and remove the whole flange. The rest of it is okay. And the other one is this crack here, which I can't even remove the paint. It's really tight here, so I don't know how I'm gonna repair that, but let's do this one first, and then I'll see about that one up there. Oh, look what I found in my scraps. It's the exact length. Perfect. So let me clean it up. Okay, so I marked where to bend it, and we're gonna bend this on the vise because I want it round. We don't want it too sharp. Yeah, I've been using it somewhere else. Okay, I'll make just a very small bend on the brake, so it is so it gives me like, so I can put my screwdriver like this, you know what I mean, on the vise. So it's gonna direct me, this brake. I guess I can make multiple bends on the brake, but aren't we almost there? Yeah, yes we are. But whatever, let's do it this way now. Or this way. Okay, this side is, hold on, Was it like this? Yeah. Okay, so this side is there, but this one needs more. So you know what? Let's clamp them both. And now we can bend this to match the other one. Okay, that's how we're gonna leave it. I'm gonna mark it precisely now with my scribe, and I'm gonna mark it from inside, and because the new piece is overlapping the old piece, it's gonna become a little bit bigger. If I do it this way, this piece is gonna become too small. So we'd rather have it a little bit bigger and trim it if we have to. Okay, so the wider part, that's how it was, right? I'm sorry about the angle, it's like really, I tried to position the camera better, but there's not really a good angle for this shot. It's weird. I think that's good. We just need to trim at the top a little bit. I'm gonna clean this up and we're gonna weld it. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna weld the rear end first. I'm gonna tack it in a few places, and then we're gonna have to play a little bit with the flange to match this one. Okay, I'm not really proud of this weld, but because of the position, like it's really hard to weld, and I blew a few holes, so I had to fill them up, and so I welded it on both sides. And now I'm gonna grind only this side, because even this side is not gonna be seen too much, but still, if something is gonna be seen, it's gonna be this side. So I'm gonna grind this one as best as I can. There's still a hole here, you see? Okay, we're gonna fill this up, but I'm gonna grind this side as best as I can, and this side we have to grind at least the flange here where it meets the triangular piece, but down there maybe just a little bit these big bulbs where I filled up holes, and that's gonna be it. Okay, it's not the best, but it is the best for this position. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit more here, but I can't grind it there. It's really hard to reach. But the rest, considering the angle, it's pretty good. On this side, like I said, I didn't grind it a lot, so that's how it is. I also went ahead and I welded that part. That was a nightmare at this angle, but again, I'm not gonna grind it. It's never gonna be seen, but I made sure to reinforce it good, because obviously that's a weak spot there, and that's what it looks like inside. It's not great, but again, it's not gonna be seen, so I can't grind it there. It's not bad. So next, I think I don't really wanna go with a big repair today, another big repair. I started late, so it's already late in the afternoon. So I'm just gonna focus on some little repairs here. Normally I leave this for the end, but now I'm gonna do this repair here. And they put these big plates on the outside with rivets. Can you believe it? There's still more parts to be removed. So I'm gonna remove this. I just need to figure out how to mark that hole so we can drill it after. So that's one thing that I want to do. And then here underneath, I'm sure that there's rust because this one already rusted through. And you see how it bent from the rust pushed it out. And here too, normally there's holes under these. So I might remove these one by one and repair them. I don't want to remove the whole thing yet. They're holding this tubing here, but at some point we're gonna have to remove them, but not yet. So I'm gonna remove one, repair it and put it back, and then remove the other one, repair it and put it back. I don't know if I'm gonna keep you here for all these repairs, or I might just give you updates every once in a while. I'm not really sure if these are welded to the bracket or not. Yeah, the nut is staying there. Dun dun dun. Well, I'm afraid I don't want to lose the alignment though, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to remove them both because now this is the bottom of the pipe. At least that is solid. But if I weld now around, I might weld it to the pipe as well. Well, I'm gonna be careful. Let's wire weld that quickly. So I'd like to replace the entire area, but in the meantime I don't want to lose the position of the hose. So maybe we should make the patch with the two holes first, position it with the two bolts, and mark and cut. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And this, I'm sure, is gone as well. You see here in the middle, there you go. Yeah, I'm sure these are available, but for cheap, but I haven't ordered any. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm sure all 4 will need repairs. So, well, what the heck, I'm gonna make 8 flat patches, and 4 of them I'm gonna bend like this, and that's it. I need to make 4 patches for here anyways, because I'm sure all of them are like this. So as I'm making 4, I can make 8, and 4 of them we're gonna bend, the other 4 we're gonna weld there. That's it. There you go, one template. Okay, I'm not gonna cut them yet. First I'm gonna drill all the holes because it's easier on a long piece, and then we're gonna cut them. But here I'm making a thicker line because that's gonna be the thickness of my blade when I'm cutting, you know, because I'm gonna have to cut them. Okay, I know you don't see them, but I do. razor blades. Actually, probably in Europe you know these. Here in North America, the razor blades don't look like this. I remember my grandfather used to shave with one of these. Anyways, they almost look identical. Almost. Okay, so from this, I can tell from here, my hose, if you notice here, I don't know if you see from there, my hose are divided right in the middle by this edge. So that's how I'm gonna bend them all. And if the flanges become one longer, one shorter, we're gonna grind them. But this way they're gonna be symmetrical, you know? And the lines are gonna be parallel. Here you go. Looks like original. I actually am gonna have to remove them at some point, so there was no point of painting them right now, but I already put them here, so let me paint them. Ooh, not in your lens. Yeah. You see what we forgot? We should have run them on the English wheel a little bit before I took them off. You see, they need to have a shape. Now we have to run them on the English fingers. Yeah, it was gonna be easier to run them on the English wheel when they were in one sheet. So that's our outside and up. And now we got here. Well, I always knew that inside every Triumph there is a little bit of Jeep somewhere living. Alright guys, something is wrong. I don't know how to weld anymore. I just burned holes around. I think I welded it to the pipe, so you know what? I'm gonna drop it off here for tonight and we're gonna continue tomorrow. I don't know. Will this even line up? No, the other way around. Turns out this bracket fits only one way. So even the factory ones are not perfectly symmetrical. No, I need to stop. See you tomorrow. Here. No? Okay guys, it's another day and let's see if I brought my welding skills today, because I just didn't have it in me the other day and it was like I was making a mess here. So let's see if I can weld this today and repair this one and the other two on the other fender and this hole as well. Like, these are boring patches, so I'm not gonna hold you here. I'm just gonna go ahead and repair them all, and I'll bring you back when we start doing something more interesting. So see you in a bit. All right, the first one is done. It's not great, but it's not too bad. So these here, I guess the inner wheel wells will be painted with track bed liner, and of course then color. They won't stay black, but the track bed liner has texture to it, so a lot of this is gonna be hidden. So That will be fine. I can't put body filler here because I guess this is flexing here. I don't know, but I don't want to put body filler here, so it's gonna be just covered by the truck bed liner. I'm gonna try to be more careful on the other three. Oh, by the way, I was undoing this and the nut on the back that's supposedly welded snapped, and now it is spinning. So I went to grab a wrench and I realized something. Somebody was asking me if everything is Imperial on the Triumphs, all the hardware is Imperial, or there's metric too, and I said, well, everything is Imperial except something on the carburetor. I think there was metric. But here there's another example. This nut is obviously not 1/2 inch, but it's not 9/16 either. So I went and I grabbed 13 mil and barely fits, but it fits. I believe it's from the rust and everything. So there you go, there's something metric here. But it's interesting because the threads inside are 1/4 inch, I believe. Let me see the bolt. There you go, but the bolt I believe is normal because this is a 1/4 inch 28 nut. And it threads. It's hard, but because it's rusted, but it threads on. So this nut is really interesting because normally the nuts that have 13 millimeter hex for 13 millimeter wrench, normally the threads are 8 millimeters. But this one has 13 millimeter on the outside, but 1/4 inch threads inside. So it is non-standard. So there you go. That's an interesting fact that I didn't know. All right, finally, these are all repaired, including this one. There's a new piece. This one was like really hard because it needed to look nice on both sides, and now it doesn't look nice on either side. So anyways, as expected, all of them, all 4 positions were turned into jibs. So all 4 were turned into jibs, and all 4 of these had holes in the middle. So anyways, it's all done. What a mess. Like, what a mess. I'm telling you guys, I officially pronounce these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repairs the worst and the most annoying repairs so far on this project. Honestly, these were so bad because they're hard to weld, they're hard to cut even. Like, it's hard to cut because this whole thing here turns into a, I don't know what to call it, but it doesn't matter which way you direct your sparks, they always come back, and sparks came including in my neck, in my socks, in my everywhere. So it's hard to cut, hard to weld, and hard to grind after, like really hard. So the worst and most annoying repairs on the project so far. Anyway, so even though we haven't done much in this video, like it took a while to do these repairs, so I'm gonna stop it here and we're gonna start with something more interesting in the next episode. I just want to get done with it. I'm really annoyed by these repairs. Anyways, so like I said, this is gonna be the end of this video, so now you can sign off. It's funny, the graph of my videos, when I go to the analytics of my videos, you can see the graph of the viewers' attention, and now I can say it because I know only the people who are really interested in the channel, the most loyal, I would say, people to the channel are here still, so I'm gonna say it. When I look at the graph of my viewers' retention, I think it's called, goes like this. In the beginning of the video is at 100%, then as soon as it starts it goes down to 50 because half of the people that clicked on the link don't want to watch it, so they disappear. Then the other 50% that clicked on the link stay there for the entire video, and then as soon as I say, okay, that's gonna be the end of this video, everybody knows that now the boring part follows, so the graph goes and then there's only probably 10 or 15% of the people who watch the entire video stay and listen to my mumbling at the end of the video. But I feel like I need to say that every time, guys, that I am really thankful for you being here and for the support that I feel from everywhere, for your nice comments and for everything. So I really appreciate it. And as usual, if you are not a Patreon and you wish to become one, I need to give you the details, of course. So the details are in the description. You can always go and click on the link, go to my Patreon page and choose one of the 3 options to become a Patreon. But as usual, I'm gonna say that as well. You don't need to be supporting the channel financially, so you can have access to everything. Everything is available for free to everyone. And if you choose to support me financially, it would be only because you feel like it and because you want to say thank you for your videos, Elin, or something like that. So Patreon page, link down there. And if you feel like just donating a little amount once, you can also do that by sending a PayPal transfer to my email address, which is elin.yakov@rustybeauties.com. You can send e-transfers there too if you are in Canada, and that is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to check the Facebook group called Rusty Beauties. It's growing and there's so many people and so many questions and so many people who answer questions and so many people who share their YouTube channels and their restorations of Rusty Beauties that I'm really happy. I don't have a lot of time for it, honestly, and I admit I need to spend a little bit more time there since it is the Facebook group that I created. So anyways, I'm rambling, so I'll say again, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.